Hi guys, if you're watching this video the day it comes out or the day after, make sure to check the link here because tomorrow I'm going live together with Emilia Gardner over on her channel. She's awesome. Check out what she's doing over on her channel. I love what she's doing. We just want to hang out with you guys. So we're going to do sort of a Q&A session to just answer your questions and just generally just hang out with you guys. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. I'll put the link here and also in the description. Thanks. In today's video, we're going to talk about how small or how big a niche should you start out with on a new website today. Should you go for a teeny tiny micro niche or should you go for a bigger niche with more topics to write on? So I'd say you need to think about what your ambitions are here. But do remember that your ambition might change as soon as you get that first check in the mail. When money starts rolling into your account, you might want to continue building that website. And you might regret later on if you start out with a too tiny niche that you can't really continue growing. So there's a way to go about this. And I've been building a lot of teeny tiny micro niche sites, and I've also built some huge niche sites that had a couple of 100,000 page views or even more. So here's my take on it. My strategy right now is to build out 5 bigger websites that I can take as far as I want to. Think about huge niches like animals, for example, for Animal How. And also go downsizes about boating and RVing and camping and all that good stuff. And I also have other websites in similar huge niches that I can continue building forever if I want to, or I can sell one once in a while and get some money into my account. But remember that maintaining a large portfolio of sites, let's say more than 10 domains, is really a hassle. You need to think about backup and updating and security issues and speed issues, and there's just so many things to think about. Some of these smaller websites I hadn't logged into for almost a year, and I wouldn't really pay attention when something started to suffer. So I recently sold a whole bunch of smaller sites. But that's only one aspect of why I want you to focus on a few bigger sites instead of a lot of smaller sites. So another aspect has to do with authority in Google, and that's something we're coming back to. Another thing to keep in mind here is to never choose a domain name that will limit you in the future. Because if you're choosing a domain name that contains a product name or something like that, it might be hard to branch into other parts of the niche. I've been guilty of this a couple of times where I built a pretty successful website, but in the domain name itself, I had a name of a type of furniture. And that made it really hard for me to branch into other types of furniture. Now that the website had some authority in Google and I was actually able to rank for other stuff, but people wouldn't click it because the domain name was just screaming at the reader, I'm a teeny tiny niche site about nothing else than this one product. And that was horrible, you know. I wanted to be able to grow this site, and I could of course redirect this domain to another domain, but why not just start out with a bigger domain name where you can actually take the website as far as you want to. So think about it this way. Start with this micro niche and write topics around this great topic that you found, but then give the website a bigger name so you don't limit yourself in the future. So for example, instead of calling your website Laptop Sleeve King, you could call it Laptop Radar, because that would allow you in the future to go into everything related to laptops. You know, then you can talk about the new laptops or what's the best RAM for this part of a laptop or whatever. That will open up so many more possibilities in the future if you want to expand on this website and keep building it into a huge pillar in the laptop industry. And also you might be thinking about whether it will hurt your click-through rate. You know, if more people will click your page in the search result page if they see that your website is about something very, very specific. But I don't think so anymore. I know for myself, I would rather click a website that looks way bigger and looks like something with a lot more authority than a teeny tiny website where I can see they're only writing about this small fraction of this niche. But really it's impossible to say. That my best advice for you is to go with a really cool short domain name as a .com. That may sound like it's impossible to find these days, and it is getting harder, but check out my video up here where I show you exactly how to find killer domain names. I have some really cool tips for you when you're finding your next domain name, so you can get that really sweet .com name that just screams authority. Another thing to keep in mind here is that we want people to link to you organically when they find your website during research. So you have this article sitting on the site, this journalist or this other blogger found it, and we want them to love your site instantly when they see it. So think about it this way. Would you rather link to a teeny tiny website, or would you rather link to a website that looks bigger and looks like it has more authority? I know I'd link to that last one, and that's something to keep in mind because we need a lot of natural links flowing to our site. And you know, the more the links we get, the better we rank in Google. So make sure to look like you're a big website, and don't call your website something that just sounds super small. We want these links, and they're really important for us to rank in the future. We have also seen authority become more and more important in Google over the last year or two. So Google has introduced this whole concept of EAT, which is expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And that has to do with authoritativeness. So what is that? Well, it's definitely not about being a teeny tiny micro niche. It's more about being a bigger website, or at least looking like a bigger website, where people would trust you and Google can trust you, because you will continue building this website for a long time instead of starting new micro niche sites every month or every year. So that's also why I advise you to go for a bigger website, or maybe several big websites, because you probably will need that authoritativeness in Google moving forward in order to rank your articles. So plan to go big, but remember, you're not in a hurry. You can still write a lot of articles around this teeny tiny sub niche. Just start there, and then you can eventually start growing the website into something bigger and grander. I think the best argument for creating these small micro niche sites is that you will find less competition. And that might be true. You might not find a lot of other websites writing about a certain specific type of running shoes or whatever you want to write about. But I really think you can find underserved topics, and topics where you can rank in Google in all niches. I'd even go as far as saying that the bigger the niche you're choosing to go with, the more opportunities you have to find these topics that nobody wrote about. And these are the articles we want to start out with on a new website. It's really all about finding these articles where you can rank a new website. That's the thing that will get your website off the ground in the beginning. If you want to know exactly how to find these topics that you can write an article about for a brand new website and still get a ton of traffic without a lot of link building and shady SEO tactics, check out the video that I linked to up here. In this video, I show you my exact process for finding topics to write on with brand new websites where you can get a ton of traffic without any authority in Google. Subscribe to my channel and click the little bell below so you'll know when I have new videos coming out. And give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys.